So today's concept is areas of a circle with the radius r. So here's our basic example. Let's say I have a circle that looks like this. And we have this thing here, which we'll call r, which we refer to as the radius. Then the area, is the stuff inside, is equal to 3.14 times r times r. That is all the problem is. That is what we always use. Now, let's go over some basic examples. So let's say I ask you to find the area of each circle. So here's the first circle. Let's call that number 1. And here's our circle. And we have a radius of 3. Now, imagine that we want to calculate the area of the circle. So I told you before that the area of a circle is 3.14 times r times r. So that means in this case, when we're looking at our circle here, the r value, i.e. the radius, i.e. from the center to the edge, is 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically rewrite our a equals 3.14, and we're going to replace the r values with the 3. So we go times 3 times 3. Punching that into our calculator, all 3 numbers with the timeses in between, we end up with the following answer. A is equal to 3.14 times 3 times 3, which gives us 28.26. Now, if this problem was in centimeters, right, then this would be our final answer, 28.26. And notice I'm putting it in red here so you can remember. Centimeters squared. And that would be our area. So let's go and practice this again with another problem. So now let's just shrink this problem so that we have it on our screen and we can use that as reference for our second problem. So imagine that I have another problem this time, and we'll call this problem number 2. So imagine we have a circle that looks like this. And in this case, our radius is, instead of 3, let's make it 2.25 centimeters. So now, in this case, when we calculate our area, we're going to use that same stuff that we were using before, the same setup that we used before. We go A is equal to 3.14 times r times r. So let's do that. So now we have the following. A is equal to 3.14 times r times r. And I'll make sure that I use the same red letters as before. Times r times r. So now we say, all right, we want to calculate our area again. So we go 3.14 and we look for our number for our radius. Our radius is going to be times 2.25 times 2.25. And then when you punch in your calculation, you're going to get a final answer of, to 2 decimal places, let's make it to 2 decimal places, 15.90 centimeters squared. And we're done. Let's do this one more time to make sure we understand the concept. But this time we'll try to do it from memory. So now imagine I ask you to find the area of our circle. Okay? So here is our circle. And this time our radius is 5 meters. So now going from memory, you got to remember A is equal to 3.14 times R times R, which is equal to 3.14. So our area of the circle is 3.14 times 5 times 5. Punching that in, we end up with our final area equaling 3.14 times 5, which is about 15, and then times 5 again, which ends up being about 78.5. And remember, because this thing is in meters, we always have to say that our units are in meters squared. And we're done. So your homework is to work on the worksheets that I've provided for you. Okay? And if you'd like, you can work on the Common Core sheets. The Common Core sheets, but when you do the Common Core sheets, don't worry about the errors. Don't worry about the errors that come up. I will take a look at the final solution when you're done. Just submit whatever you have to me, and so I can take a look at it. Okay? Once we've done that, I'll show you the area of a circle with a diameter today, after this.